So it's been a long day for you, boy. I ended up in a car accident for the first time. I got to get transported in an ambulance and I had a neck brace on for 3 hours. So safe to say, I missed out a lot of the day on recording, and it's gonna take a lot of energy to record reactions. So I decided maybe a way to relax was to make this video. And of course, if you guys participate, link in the description. But we're gonna be taking the Enneagram personality test. So here it is. Like I learned about it today, so this is something new to me. But like the Enneagram personality test is a pseudoscience model of human psyche, which principally understood and taught typically of the 9 interconnected personality types. So basically, you have a personality type from 1 to 9, and then you're this number. But if you feel good, you're closely resembling another number, and if you feel bad, you closely resemble another number. So all of these personalities basically are intertwined on a different level, which explains like how you're a type of way, and then somebody that you know that you will call a friend is kind of like you in a certain function. It's because you guys are the same way. When you're happy, you're like them, but they're normally like this. And when they're sad, they're normally like you when you're normally this way. So that's how you two get along and you balance off each other. Like when people say opposites attract, it's kind of like a similar function of that. At least that's my interpretation. Anyways, I wanted to take this test and I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it in a video because I like making videos in general and I think it'd just be fun to take the test with you guys. So this is going to be using Trudy. We used Trudy before for the emotional test that we took earlier. I say earlier, I mean a couple of days ago, but let's go ahead and do it here. Test taken in the last 30 days, 700,000 people have taken this test. So let's go ahead and get this started. I strive for perfection. I would say that is kind of accurate. I don't strive for perfection, right? What I do strive for is just like to be the best version of myself, but I know that myself is not perfect. And also when it comes to work as well, like sometimes I want a video to go right, but something goes wrong, even though it's not perfect, I'm still fine with like uploading that video. So I'll say pretty accurate, but not 100%. I work hard to be helpful for others, bro. 100%. Like that's why a lot of stuff in this channel, I just started, saying what I think would help other people, like whether it's something that I've been through or it's just legitimately good advice. So yeah, I would say that is accurate. It is important to me that other people like me. So when I was younger, definitely, right, I would want as many people to like me. And I think a lot of this also comes down to like video games. When you play an RPG, you say something that people will like and like it increases your bond with the characters, right? And then, I started putting this to effect in the real world. But then, you realize it's not everybody will like you and there's no save data in real life. So you can't save it. Like everything is important off first impression, right? If your first impression doesn't go well, I mean, sure, you can fix it later, but it's not going to be the same as if you guys hit it off immediately. So I would say, is it important for people to like me? I'm more neutral on this, right? I am fine if people don't like me, but I don't want people to not like me. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like me, it is what it is. But I would prefer if we were either on friendly terms or we were just on all right terms. It is important to me to achieve great things. Absolutely. And I think this is just for myself. I just have I have a lot of goals and a lot of aspirations that I want to achieve with the one life that I have. So yeah, I'd say that's accurate. I make more significant contributions than the average person. I would say so. Yeah. I feel my emotions very deeply. Um, I feel my emotions very deeply. Do I feel them? Sure, I'll go with sure. Like I more understand my emotions than just feel them. But yeah, and it says very deeply, so I'll just put it right here because I do like to meditate and do some introspection. But emotions very deeply, I'm not too sure. I have a sense that other people will never truly understand me. I feel like that's true, but I feel like that's everybody. Like nobody's gonna like truly understand you. They just understand parts of you, and if anything, people have like an idealized version of you, but they'll never truly understand you because we have a light, we have a dark, and we have in between a bunch of shades of gray. So yeah, nobody's gonna truly understand me, just like nobody's gonna truly understand you. But we try to understand each other. So yeah, I think deeply about things. Accurate. I am prepared for any disaster. Accurate. At least I hope so. You can't be prepared truly for everything, but I try my best. That's why mostly when it comes to like any disaster, that's why I try and stay as physically fit as possible because some things you can't solve, but hopefully you can run from a lot of it. That's why I go running. It is important to me to avoid pain and suffering at all times. Hmm. It is important to avoid pain and suffering. I don't think I even avoid pain and suffering. I just roll with the punches. So I'll slap this with a neutral. A neutral. Like definitely I'm not outright looking for pain and suffering. But if it shows up, man, it shows up and you just gotta show out. It just is what it is. Next page. I seek out experiences that I know will make me feel happy or excited. Yeah, sure. I see the positive in every situation, absolutely. I am not afraid to tell someone when I think they are wrong. Hmm. See, and that's the thing, like I'll tell people they're wrong. I won't tell them they're outright wrong. Like I'll try and open their mind to a different type of scenario or a different type of thinking. So with this, I'll go right here because I'm not just outright saying you're wrong and this is what I think. I let other people make the decisions. I try and let people make their own decisions, sure, but not every decision, especially if it involves me. Not really. I appreciate having rules that people are expected to follow. I appreciate having rules that people are expected to follow. I don't even know how to like. I appreciate having rules that people are expected, like laws. Am I okay? I appreciate having laws. Like, sure, like laws are important. Not every law is, but sure, some are. I am concerned about security more than anything else. Security. I feel quite secure at all times just because I'm a well-rounded person when it comes to survival, combat, knowledge, emotion, friendships, right? I try and keep everything in my favor as much as possible, so I'll go with a neutral. I'm not too worried about it. I think a lot about what will happen in the future. I think I've slowed down a lot in that. I'm just like going with the flow. Like we know of a lot of things that are happening, like AI, right? So I think about the future, but not necessarily like, oh, this might happen, this might happen. It's just like, oh yeah, if this happens, interesting. I'll go ahead and hit this. Like I used to think about the future a lot as a kid, but not anymore. So I wish there was one like right here. I would put it right there, but let's go ahead and go with a little bit towards accurate. I don't fit in with ordinary people. No, I don't. Like, don't even come close, bro. I am close. I am nowhere close to average. I am nowhere close to ordinary people, bro. I am extraordinary in every single way. There is rarely a good reason for changing how things are done. I would say that's an accurate. Like it. I mean, like changing the status quo. I mean, I feel like everything is up to interpretation, and anything could be changed at a moment's notice if given a better proposition. So I'll go with inaccurate. I always finish my chores. Neutral. I think it definitely depends. Like, if something comes up, like later on in the day, I'm probably not gonna do it, or I'm gonna do parts of it. Versus, like, if I wake up and it's like I got to do this, like, sure, I'll get it done. It just depends on when it pops up. I am always trying to be a better person, 100%. I check carefully for mistakes and errors. Bro, I try to, but I just be missing them. So I'll put this in the, I'll put it in a neutral, man. I like to be around people who I can help. No, I don't got a savior complex. So nah, I wouldn't say I like to be around people I can help. I do like helping people, but I don't purposely put myself in areas where I can help people. I like to feel that I am an important person in my social groups. I feel like I am important, not necessarily in the social group, nor am I just saying, oh, I'm important because my ego. It's just like, I feel like I'm important because I want to feel that way, so I feel good. So yeah, sure, fuck it, yeah, ego, yeah, sure, accurate. That definitely sounds like an ego thing. And I'm trying to not necessarily rationalize it, but I'm trying to explain it. And since I can't explain it properly, I'll just say it's my ego. it is important to me to be successful. Yeah, I gotta be. I mean, I am, but I gotta be even more successful. I like being successful. Like it's fun. Like if you're successful, hey, cheers, kampai, right? Like it's fun being successful. It's awesome. The organizations I belong to would not function well without me. Well, I'm the CEO of what I do, so I would say accurate. I often feel overtaken by my emotions. No. I have always felt different from other people. Yes. I like to analyze things from every angle. Yes. I always have a plan for what I would do if things go wrong. Yes. So far, so good. We're on step 4 of 11, man. It's going to be a long one, eh? I avoid situations that bring up negative feelings. Not really, right? Earlier today, and this is why, like, normally I would put inaccurate, but today in a public setting, we ended up talking about the military, and I said, like, I don't want to go in too much detail about it, right? That would be like, sure, a form of avoidance. Like, I talked about some of it. I did talk about it, right? Which is way better than, like, last year. I probably wouldn't have talked about it at all. I would have been like, oh, I can't talk about that, point blank, period. But you know, I was able to talk around it. So I'll put somewhat inaccurate. I seek excitement. I seek it? Yeah, I seek an exciting life. But not 24/7. There are some people that are just like, "Oh, I need to go here. I need to go there. I need to fly here. I need to do this. I need to do that." That ain't me, but I am the friend that would love to tag along if you set it up and plan it. Like, yeah, sure, let's go do it. But definitely, I'm fine with the chill. That's fine with me. I'm good at seeing the bright side of things when others complain. Absolutely. Like, bro, why complain? Why bitch and complain? It's going to get you nowhere. You might as well look at it positively, because then at least you'll raise your positive emotions. So you'll at least embrace the suck, as they say in the military. I do not hesitate to call people out when they are behaving badly. Oh, yeah, definitely. If they are behaving badly, yeah, I will call them out. But luckily, I hang around people where they're they're okay, they're fine. They're not doing bad stuff. We're not out here doing hood rat stuff like driving cars, rolling down the window, sticking our head out the window with a baseball bat and hitting mailboxes. Like, absolutely not. I go along with what other people want. I'll say neutral. Like, if somebody is a better planner than me, I let them plan. If somebody has a fun and enjoying adventure planned and lined up, I'm totally fine with going along with that. If somebody is trying to lead me to my demise, absolutely not. So neutral. People should follow the rules instead of doing what they feel like doing. Slightly inaccurate. I think rules are important, just not every single rule. I seek out relationships that offer me some type of protection. Um, I don't necessarily think like to seek protection, but I do seek out relationships. Like, I like having I like having powerful friends in general, but it's not even for protection. It's just like powerful friends allow you to do more things in the world that you normally wouldn't be able to do. I can clearly visualize what could happen in the future. Clearly, I think I have brief glimpses of a positive future. I will say that. I can't sit and accurately say, yeah, I could do it, right? I can visualize myself in a beautiful marble bathroom looking outside the window, and there's a beach and there's beautiful women running on the beach. There's some people surfing on the waves. There's jazz music being played in the mansion. And like I can do that, sure, but it's not like I couldn't tell you exactly where the beach is, right? I don't know if the beach is in Bali or if it's in Phuket, right? I just know it's a beach. You feel me? And I know there's beautiful women. What color are the women? I don't know, but they got some hanga ganga bagangas and big booties. So hey, that's good enough for me. Average people often find me a bit weird. I don't know what average people think about me, to be honest, because I don't hang around with average people. I think average people find me exciting, if anything. Like the times that I do talk to younger people and I just tell them about my life because my life is absolutely extravagant, they're just like, wow. But yeah, I think people do just find me weird in general because I am different. Like, if you're different, you're weird. How could you be the same and be weird? And that makes sense, right? So to be weird, you'd have to be different. So I would say, yeah, sure, average people will find me weird. Accurate, I guess. I'm not too sure though. Y'all let me know in the comments below if you are, in fact, average. I don't know. I like to do things as I've always done them. I like to adapt. I like to adapt, especially if somebody's bringing me something better than what, like, if I've always done something one way, but someone says, hey, this is better, and they actually show me it's better, okay, I just found something new. And just like that, I persist until a task is done. I try to definitely do that. But it just depends on the task, how long it'll take. But yeah, I try and do this because, you know, if you don't take yourself seriously, who else is going to take you seriously? So yeah, definitely persist, even if it's boring and monotonous. I spend time trying to discover and correct my faults and weaknesses. Oh yes, yes. Well, spend time trying to discover and correct faults. Like, I'm aware I have faults and weaknesses. I like it when people tell me so I can work on them, but I don't just go out and like, some people min max their lives to try and find the best way to fix every single bad thing that's happening with them. So that's not me. So that's why I didn't do fully accurate. But I would say, yeah, here and there. I hold myself to a very high standard. I think for me it's pretty high. Um, it's pretty high, but to me that's normal because I am always holding myself to a high standard. Some people will think when they raise themselves to a high standard, it's like some of the toughest stuff ever. But for me, it's just like Tuesday. It's like it's raining today. I told myself I'm gonna work out every day, so guess what? It's raining. I'm gonna go work out. It is what it is. Point blank. Period. So sure, accurate. Yeah, let's go with accurate. I am a neutral caretaker. Or a natural, sorry, I'm a natural caretaker. I don't think I'm a natural caretaker, but I do like taking care of I think I could take care of like elderly people, maybe. You know, I think I could take care of children, maybe, but I haven't done these things. So that I'm gonna have to hit it with a neutral because I don't know. I don't know. I like nobody's ever asked me to babysit. Somebody did ask me to watch their dog one time. I thought that was cool. That was a fun experience doing that. But I don't know about natural caretaker, to be honest. So I'm gonna hit it with the neutral. I want people to admire me. I don't know about this one. Like, do I want people to admire me? I don't know, but I know people do admire me for a fact because you guys let me know in the comments below. So, do I want it? I think that just comes with it. So I'll hit it with a neutral. You know, it's just part of the life. It's like people admire it, and I appreciate people admire it. But do I want people to admire me? Not necessarily. It's cool that you guys do though. I appreciate it. Like, it boosts my ego. It makes me feel good. I want to achieve a lot in my life. Oh, hell yeah. If I am honest, I feel that I am a bit better than other people. If I am honest, oh, I feel I feel that I am a bit better than other people. Oh yeah, bro. So many people bitch and complain all day and they do nothing. Of course I'm better than a lot of other people. Like, bro, like like 60%, and this is me being generous, like 60% of people, they don't really go out to achieve their dreams. And I know what the reason is, right? It's tough to go achieve your dreams when you have every single excuse in the book. That being said, I've also had many excuses in my book why I can't do anything and I still do it. So that's the difference between me and you, or me and whoever it is that just takes every excuse and complains and cries about it. Like, somebody left a comment talking about, oh, you'll never know, being overweight, blase, blase. Like, bitch, I've been overweight before. I've been super skinny. I've been fit. I've been overweight, and then I went back to being fit. Like, bro, like some people on the internet, their ego, it's just so big. Like, I can't, like, their ego is so big that they would bring doubt into their life and then prove it by being a loser. Like, congratulations, you prove that you can't do anything. Okay. I feel a deep sense of grief for what I have lost. Deep sense of grief for what I have lost. I don't know if I feel grief over things that I've lost. I think it's just part of life, man. Sometimes you have stuff and then sometimes it's taken away. And like, for grief, like, I take time to grieve and I get it out the way. You know, that's something my drill sergeant told me, like, when I first was in basic, like literally like the first day of basic training, my drill sergeant, because I was thinking about like family members. He was telling me about how like some of his friends had died in combat, and I asked him, I was like, drill sergeant, you know, what do you do when like you have close ones like pass away? Like, how do you deal with that? Right? Because I'm like 18 at the time, or 17 or 18, yeah, something like that. And he was like, you uh, you feel bad for a second and then you carry on. And I was like, damn, right? So, feel bad for a second, then carry on is definitely something you could do. Or you could, take a bit of time to actually grieve and get over it, which is what I do. I'll give myself actual time to grieve, whether it takes a day or it takes a couple days, or maybe it takes a few hours, depending on whatever it is that I'm grieving on. You give yourself time to confront these things. How do you feel about it? You let these emotions out, and then you keep on going with your life, because that's all you really can do. You don't let it consume you, man. Like a friend of mine back in high school, like one of our friends, rest in peace, man, like they were dating and she lost her life. And like ever since that, I hope he's better now, but even like since that day, right? And this was back in junior year of high school, I believe. That's when she passed away. He was depressed all the way up until like the fifth year of us graduating high school. So over 6 years he was still, grieving and depressed over her. And it's like I feel bad, sure, but like, bro, you gotta keep living. You can't keep dwelling on it, right? And till this day, I don't know if he's still depressed. Maybe I'll reach out, or maybe I won't. Like, it's just life. So yeah, don't let grief slow you down, because it definitely can. I am an unusual sort of person. Yeah, I'm unusual. I take time to understand things more deeply than most people do. I do that. I don't do it all the time though, but I do it a lot of the time. So I'll go ahead and hit it with that, because there's some people that think deeply about absolutely everything, and I'm just like, bro, how do you do that? It is important to me to be prepared for any emergency. Yep. I distract myself from any sad feelings that arise. No, not really. Like sometimes, like you remember some sad stuff, but it's like, yeah, feel it and then get over it. I often make changes in my life when things get boring. Absolutely. Um, but it depends. Like when things get boring, like I'd be getting bored a lot, right? So, that's why I'm in France now. It's like, yeah, I got bored of, sitting at home. And even though it's very like what I'm doing, I'm focused on like building the business stuff, but it's like here was an opportunity to increase my growth rate. Like when I'm growing at home, I'm growing at like a 2.2 times speed rate, right? I'm growing double the amount of time than other people because of where I live and because of what I do. But coming here, like it tripled. Like I'm at a 3.2.5 or a 3.25 increase in my development rate in 1 month. So in 1 month, I feel like I've gained about 2.5 months extra of knowledge because of the people that I live around, the people that I live with, the things that they teach me, and the stories that they give me, right? So yeah, I was bored of learning 2 times, and I said, let's learn some fast, like let's grow faster. I tend to be more optimistic. Oh, hell yeah. I tell people what I think, even if it's hard to hear. I don't really like, yeah, I tell people what I think, but I never emphasis on it's like, oh, well, this is what I think. I just like, oh, well, this. Well, what do you think about this? Like, if anything, try and engage people from a different perspective versus this is how I feel. I think this, I think that. It's like, nah, not really. I keep my thoughts up here usually, even though I let it out. I don't necessarily go, one on one. This is exactly how I think. It's just more like, oh, well, if you open up your mind, you can see it from this perspective, that perspective, and then you could choose which one you think is better, but not from just like, this is what I think, right? Because I usually think in different perspectives. I would rather follow the group than push for what I want. Um, I think it's slightly inaccurate. Like, I will definitely follow the group if the group will help me reach my goal faster, right? Or if they come up with a goal better than what I originally planned, I am definitely fine with diverting. And I think a lot of people that have the strong will that I do need to open up and grow a little bit more and to realize that different section of like, yeah, oh, it's only me, what I think is important. It's like, bro, you become very, very narrow-minded, focusing on something very specific in particular, to the point where you might detrimentally hurt yourself by not realizing that somebody else might have a better path for you than what you are currently set on. So definitely try and keep an open mind for everything, because you never know. Like, say you want to become the best in the world at boxing and you're with the best boxing coach in the world, but it turns out you're way better at karate than boxing, but you never knew. And a karate master was like, oh, you got some nice footwork. You're nice with your hands. Like, I know you want to be the best boxer, but have you ever thought about doing this? Because I think you'll be better than that. So what's better? Wanting to be the number one boxer in the world, but you end up becoming third? But instead, you could have been the number one karate master in the world because you were naturally better at that. You let me know in the comments below. Because, I mean, if you want to be the best boxer and you become third, I say, hey, that's pretty good. But some people want to be number one. Well, you could have been number one at something. It just wasn't the thing that you wanted to be number one at. It is what it is. I feel most comfortable in organizations with a clear hierarchy. I think it makes it easier, sure. I take measures to protect myself and my loved ones from harm. I try to. I make plans for many years into the future. I loosely do that. Like, I know in a couple years what I want to do, right? I want to dive into psychology. I want to be a therapist. I want to be a consultant, blase, right? How will I get there? Well, I know if I go to school and get the education, I'll get there. Exactly what school I want to go to, at what time do I want to do it? I don't know, but we'll figure it out on the road because that's the road of life. Other people, they legitimately, systematically approach every single thing to the minute detail and min-max everything to get their goals. But that also makes them freaking crazy because how the hell you do that and be normal? I don't know. But I mean, the goal isn't to be normal anyway, so to each his own. I am an unusual and unique person. Bro, if you're still watching this video, hit the like button. I appreciate you. I dislike trying new methods of procedures. No, not necessarily. I dislike trying new things that don't work. That's the best way to put it. I focus on my responsibilities and duties. I focus on my responsibilities and duties. Like, yeah, my duties is to become a better version of myself. My responsibility is to myself and my loved ones. That being said, sometimes you gotta just relax. I read books that help me be more productive or better at what I do. Accurate. I put a lot of pressure on myself to do things right. I don't really put pressure on myself to do it, but I do know that I have to do it, and I do tend to do it, right? So like today, like I'm making this video. This video is 27 minutes long. I didn't even know until I looked down. That's 27 minutes that could have went into a neuro video, could have went to a bow video, could have went to a different VTuber video, but instead I decided to put my time and effort into this because at the end of the day, I know that I wanted to make this video because I like getting to know myself, and I was gonna do it anyway, so I might as well make it a video. That being said, making it a video made it longer because if this was just me, I would have been clicking without having to explain anything, right? So definitely, I do be putting pressure on myself to do better things, but if I don't, who will? Nobody. So yeah, sure, accurate. I take the initiative to help other people and make their lives easier. Yeah, I try. I recently realized, right? I knew this for a long time, but I recently realized and actually put it into practice. Not everybody is looking for a solution. And I especially realized this when talking to women. When women, like multiple women, told me or said around other people and I was listening when they said like, oh, he's always looking to help. And that's a bad thing. I'm like, oh, okay. Because everybody wants to figure their own stuff out. They don't need me to come in because like even I've been called a know-it-all, which I do know a lot of things. So it's like if somebody has an issue, my gut feeling was to say an answer because I know it could help. But lately I've realized it's not necessary. It's not necessary to help every single person that has an issue, especially if they don't directly ask you. Like if they bring up an issue, I let them bring it up. They might talk about it for a little bit, but eventually I will chime in and say, well, have you thought of this? But I won't outright just give an answer, and hopefully that helps. So initiative to help other people make their lives easier. I slowed down. Like definitely it would have been accurate, but I've slowed down a lot. So I'll hit it with the neutral. I put in the effort to make a good impression on other people. I would say yes, but that's because I like putting in the effort into almost every single thing that I do. So it's like, oh yeah, if I'm going to talk to somebody, I want to ask them something that's actually interesting. I don't want to ask them about the weather. So yeah, I would say sure. Yeah, I think about it more than others. Set ambitious goals for myself. Yep. I'm an important member of my social group. I would say I would say I'm not the protagonist of the group, so I'd go ahead and hit it with that. Then again, I don't know. I'm in a couple social groups, but a couple of them I like. It just depends, right? So like if these people are more influential than me, right? They have more years of experience than me. I do like to fall back and just listen until they say something where I know I can chime into. Specific examples like living in this house with 30-year-olds, right? Everybody else in this house is 30. I'm 27, and they're like mid 30s, mid to almost late 30s. So I usually just sit back, let them talk all day, and then I'll chime in if I need to. I can describe my emotions in a lot of depth and detail, not to like the pinpointness, but yeah, I like try and talk about it, and I'll use references to help. I often feel like an outsider. Yeah, definitely. I find my mind to be very interesting place. Yeah, it definitely is interesting. I often feel like an outsider. Like, yeah, but I hang around other outsiders, so that's why it's not all the way, but it's like it's pretty high up there. I'm always aware of what can go wrong in a situation. Nah, can't be aware of everything that can go wrong, but at most times I'll weigh the pros and cons, but usually the pros outweigh the cons. I have many ways to avoid situations that get me down. Yeah, I'm always up for a new adventure. Yes. I believe that things usually work out for the best. Yes. I stand up for what I believe in, even if it upsets other people. Yes. I let other people take the lead. Yes. I'll put it right there. I dislike people who disrupt things by breaking the rules. Nah. Like disrupt things? Like, what are you talking about? Like disrupt society? Like, I dislike people who disrupt society by breaking the rules. I mean, I'll just hit it with a neutral because I'm not even too sure. Like, I'm the one who put society in there. They didn't even say society, right? That was just an interpretation. And then they could have been talking about anything. So I'll just put it with a neutral. I make alliances with people who can help me stay safe and secure. Yeah, I like making alliances. I am often looking ahead towards what is coming next. Yeah, kind of, sort of, but I mostly like to stay in the moment. I have different interests than most people. I don't know what other people are interested in. I'll hit it with the neutral. The traditional way of doing things is the best way. I mean, it depends. It definitely depends. Yeah, I'll say dislike though because it's like the traditional way. Like, bro, technology and everything is always moving forward, and you want to do things the old fashioned way because it worked 10, 20, 30 years ago. Doesn't necessarily mean it'll work now, but I understand that it did work for 20 to 30 years. So there's a chance that it could work again. Definitely. But yeah, I'll just hit it with the neutral. Why not? You never know. Yeah, never know. I'm responsible. I am a responsible and reliable person. I think I'm pretty responsible and pretty reliable. But I think it just also depends, like, what are you relying on me for, right? I can't do everything. I have a lot of plans of how I can improve myself. Yes, definitely. Audiobooks, normal books, mentors, talking to older people, learning from other people. Like, yeah, there's definitely multiple ways to improve. Finding a mentor. Yeah. I make sure that even small details are correct. I try to, but yeah, I try to, sure, but eh. I enjoy caring for others and their needs. I do care about other people, but caring for their needs, I mean, it depends. It definitely depends. So I'll hit it with the neutral. I want to be a person that others can look up to. I would hope. Yeah, I hope to inspire hope. That's like a lot of my goals. Um, but I don't. I want to inspire hope with like the messages. That's what I really care about. Like me getting my message out, not necessarily me the person, right? I don't need a statue of me. If anything, I just want a quote. I want a quote of some shit that I said that was real and impactful versus having a whole statue dedicated to myself. I don't need all that. I just need my words to be out there. I push myself to success. Oh, yes. I make important contributions to my community. I try to. I rarely have strong emotions. Nah, I have strong emotions. I feel I never truly belong in social groups. I wouldn't say I don't belong there, or whatever. I'll hit it with the neutral. I want to learn as much as I can about how the world works. To an extent, it is important for me to understand what can go wrong in a situation. Yeah, I think we already answered this in a different way. Mm, we're almost done, and I'm out of water. I take steps to ensure I don't feel sad or lonely. Sure, but I just don't really feel these emotions anymore. Sometimes I can with like a song, but even then, it's like, yeah, that song made me feel sad, but I'm good. Trying new things keeps life interesting. It sure does. I'm an upbeat person. I sure am. I'm usually the one to take a stand when others won't. I sure do. Other people have stronger opinions than I do. They sure do. Everyone has a role to play in society and a duty to do their best. Uh, I think everybody does have a role in society. But not everybody does their best, even though I would hope that they do. So yeah, I am concerned with protecting what I have. With protecting what I have, I'm not really concerned with it. I do protect it because I like it, but I'm not too concerned with it. It's not like, oh, I need to make sure all my money is in my bank account. Like, nah, I'm fine with money going in and I'm fine with money going out too. It's just like, is it going out to the right places? Is it going somewhere where it's necessary? Is it going somewhere to grow? But I have a good sense of what my future holds. Yeah, I think so. I don't like, this is my favorite quote from Corday. It's like, I don't know where I'm going, but I hope I'm on the right path. Life will hit you with a light jab, Mike Tyson strike back. So yeah, definitely. I don't know what the future holds, but I am pretty sure it's positive. I'm an average person with ordinary likes and dislikes. I am not an average person. I try new ways of doing things just to see if they will work. Yeah, I do that actually quite often. Like, let's try something new. Let's try making videos with jazz music and we're taking personality tests. Sure, why not? What could go wrong? I have a great deal of willpower. Oh, yes. Self-improvement is a major interest in mine. Yes. No email. Let's go ahead and see what happens. This was a long one, guys. This was a 37-minute video, man. I didn't expect it to be this long. I thought it was going to be 20. Okay, birthday. Bro, like, you don't need all that. Next. We're calculating. I wonder what's it gonna say. What do you guys think it's gonna say? Let me know in the comments below. See my results. Let's see the results about your type. 5 beliefs, resources are scarce, blah blah blah. Okay, but what's the answer? Like, what am I? Wait, what? Where is it? The graph below shows your scores in each of the 9 types. The larger areas, a portion of the higher scores populated. Okay, wait, what? So it says 8, 1, 3, 5. Okay. So that's the answer. That's the answer. 8935. Group 8935 from Call of Duty. 8935. Oh wait, 8135. Fives believe their resources are scarce and they don't have enough of what they need, unlike other types who go into the world to get more of what they need. Fives take a lot of opposite approach and unlock my full report. What the hell? Do I gotta pay? Oh, hell no. I am not paying for this. You know what? And that's what's crazy. I gotta, let me go back. I got an app. I got an app that's free right here. I can't. This is what I can show you. So like, here's the app, boom, right here. So let's go ahead and look and see what an 8 is. Full types, description, full version. Oh man, these people are really blocking people's identities. That's pretty interesting. I think that's the Illuminati or some shit. It says number 8 is the Challenger. So the Challenger believes being strong, powerful, and domineering is the only route to safety. Aggressive and impulsive, expresses anger readily, but has difficulty feeling dependency or softer emotions. Admires strength. Denies own weaknesses, so fear. Gifts: courageous, good leadership qualities, powerful, straightforward, protective of the weak. Goal: embody power through control and dominance. Huh, that's interesting. Number one, the reformer gains worthiness and love through being good, correcting errors in self, others, and the world. Suffers anxiety about getting it right, delays action until it is right. Suppresses personal needs, delays pleasure, can be engulfed in detail that impairs productivity. Gifts, honesty, industry, responsibility, ethical, and fair. Will work hard for visions of improvement. Goal, embody integrity through perfection, be beyond reproach. Huh. I think I like that one more than number eight. Number eight made me sound like I was like some type of ruthless, like I need this now. But I feel like I used to be, sure, but you know, I'm not too sure how the like, and this is gonna have to go into my studies when I go to college, right? Like studying personalities, right? Because people personalities change over time. It's just how much do they change over time? Is it significant? Is it based off, just learning from the world, right? I have a lot of life experience. Um, that being said, the life experience, did it change my personality drastically within like the last 3 to 5 years? It definitely could have, sure. I mean, I'm not too sure though. Number three, the achiever believes love and approval will be the reward of performance, achievement, and success. Adjust and adapt self to desired image. Equates self with performance, keeps busy, focus on looking good, misses own feelings, deceives self about own needs. Gifts, optimistic, accomplished leadership, efficiency, positive and confident. Goal, be productive and feel outstanding through personal success. I would say I am an achiever, but hopefully I am not, you know, hopefully I'm not missing my own feelings, right? I do introspection, I do meditate, I do see like what's wrong with me, like my issues, but I just don't let them get me down. Like, and that's the big thing. Like, I have issues, right? We all have issues. For a while I was on antidepressants because the military really upset me. That being said, you just got to keep moving forward, but that's also part of military training, right? Adapt and overcome and keep moving forward. um I'm pretty sure there is a part of me that still has trauma, because not everybody can just get rid of trauma, right? I think it's something that you just have to accept that it's inside of you, and you can live with it, right? Can you fully get rid of trauma? Let me, you know That's a good question for Chat GPT, to be honest. Chat GPT. Let's check this out, guys. Sorry. Can you fully get rid of trauma? Healing from trauma is a complex process, and while it may not be possible to completely erase the memories or experiences associated with it, many people find ways to manage and reduce its impact. Therapy, support from loved ones, self-care practices can help individuals process their feelings and develop healthier coping mechanisms. Over time, many people report feeling a greater sense of peace and resilience, even if the memories remain. It's a personal journey, and finding the right support is key. Yeah, this is legitimately what I thought, right? I didn't think you can. I don't like, because again, I am one person, right? I would say that maybe 0.1% of people can fully get rid of their trauma. But even then, I don't even know if it's possible. Like, I wouldn't say anybody can really get rid of their trauma, like fully get rid of it, right? Again, I think it's something you just learn that you have, and you live with this trauma, but you don't let it get you down. You don't use it as a crutch. You use your trauma as, if anything, you use your trauma as a way to springboard to make yourself better. Like, what triggers your trauma, and you actively say, hey, I'm not going to let this get me down, even if you start feeling it, right? Because you know your triggers. So if you accidentally do hit one of your triggers, be mindful and be aware of, hey, this is a trigger for my trauma. And then you just move from it. But that's just my guess, right? Again, I have to go to school, I think. I think I got to go to school. Like, even I'm the type of guy that's like, man, school sucks, blase, blase. School is important, and no matter how many times I learn from mentors or read books, I feel like education is something that is important. You can self-educate, sure, but I'm not currently satisfied with my self-education. I think I need more, especially to dive into the complexities that is the psyche and personalities. Let's check out number 5. The investigator defends self from intrusion and feelings of inadequacy through protecting privacy, holds back strong feelings, limits desires and needs, minimalist lifestyle. Oh, I do have that. Security comes through knowledge and information. Enjoys living in own mind and world of ideas. Compartmentalizes people and situations. Detaches from emotions and life. Gifts: knowledgeable, respectful, mental clarity. Dependable, thoughtful. Goal: maintain detachment and achieve total knowledge through objective intelligence. I ain't gonna lie, that does sound me. That does sound like me, especially the last part. It's like achieve knowledge through objective intelligence. It's like objectively, you're wrong. This is why, right? But it's hard to be objective whenever you're talking about some things. Some things are just like I don't I can't even really explain it because it's so complex, right? But I ain't gonna lie, this is very interesting. Look, I can understand if nobody wants to actually do this quiz, but if you want to, link in the description. This quiz is long as hell, and they don't even give you your full results because it's behind a paywall. So I can totally understand if you guys aren't down for that. Here that the app that I'm using to like read off these like brief descriptions is called the Ennea app, and it looks like it has like this turquoise, right? It's the Ennea app, and it has this like turquoise on it, so that could help you figure it out. Here it is, boom. So yeah, if you guys want to take the test, link in the description. But yeah, this is a cool video. I just decided we'll go ahead and make this. I thought it was going to be short. It's interesting. I spent so much time away from the computer. It's like I have this feeling like, oh, I need to catch up on uploads. It's not possible. You can't catch up on time you missed. So hope you guys did enjoy the video. I do got some more cool VTuber content coming for you guys. The VTuber community videos, I really enjoy making those. There's a couple hee ha-has on here. I did see there's the Super Mario. That'd be fun to watch in the morning. I can't watch anything funny right now because it's almost midnight and people are asleep. So I can't be in here laughing my ass off all night. But yeah, that's why I decided to make this video, chillax a little bit, and yeah, just make something for the community that enjoys watching these types of videos. So link in the description, check it out. I understand if you don't want to do it because it is long, but until I see you guys, y'all have a good one. Appreciate you guys for watching. Y'all have a good night. I will make another video, and then I'm going to watch some Oshinoko, and then I'm going to go to bed. Bye-bye.